Nagbabalik pa po ang Juan Konek at nanonood pa rin po kayo sa aming special Valentine's Day episode. Ayan, ininervyos ako kasi nandyan si Asia at nandyan pa rin makakasama natin ang ating special guest also this afternoon. Without much ado, let me introduce her. Although hindi na niya kailangan ng introduction dahil kilalang kilala po ninyo siya, ang nag-iisang Marites Allen. Hi, good afternoon, Marites.
Hello, good afternoon, everybody. Valentine's.
Happy Valentine's.
Look at yourself.
Oh my goodness. I just woke up kasi alam ko super sensitive ka. So nagpaganda ako kasi nandito sa Asia, di ba? So
woke up.
I wake up every morning like this. Seriously.
Para good feng shui, di ba? Para good feng shui. You wake up in the morning, you have to, imbibe the good energy. And,
yes.
We're beautiful people. Oh my gosh, very well.
I love it.
Asia, we have to do our part, right?
Yes.
Well,
before we continue with our Q&A, para hindi naman masayang yung pagod ni Chad, can we watch this? This is all about Marites Allen. Okay? Panoorin natin siya.
Doing forecast is very important. It is better to be prepared. I am very honored and I'm very grateful to be part of your Feng Shui life.
Well done.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Wala ka nang alam nyo, wala na po kayong hahanapin pa kay Miss Marites Allen. Maganda, matalino, mayaman, generous, mabait, charming.
Meron pa.
Absolutely. Yeah.
She's
out to marry, right? So, marrying Marites, I'm just going to say, because, it's good to have a connection like Marites, because she's like the godmother of my son, Brandon.
And lucky boy, princess.
And also the godmother of my daughter. So we're all kumare by extension. Also.
Wow.
And it all started because of Feng Shui, huh? Many years ago. Because of Feng Shui. Many years ago.
Many years ago. So, tell us, Marites, kasi alam mo, napanood ko yung guesting mo dito sa sa British television. My first question is, paano mo ba talaga i-pronounce ang Feng Shui? Some people say it's Feng Shui, Feng Shui, or the Brits say Feng Shui.
Feng Shui, yeah. Actually, the literal word in how you say it is Feng, as in Feng Shui. And some of the people, they pronounce it as Feng Shui, like the British pronounce it. But for me, it's really like Feng Shui. So literally, the meaning is wind and water. So you have to go with the wind, you have to go with the flow. So life is like that. So if you have to go against with the flow, then the energy doesn't follow you. But if you just go with the movements of yourself, like if you're making a decisions and then you wanted to go the other way, then naturally the energies also doesn't follow you and you become very disappointed. So Feng Shui is basically, it's about working with the energies around you. And so basically that's how you pronounce Feng Shui.
Okay. So at least we're somehow correct. No, kasi pag nanood mo your last guesting, parang can they really pronounce it correct? Kasi wala pa akong Briton na nakakausap na nakapagsabi ng Feng Shui. It's always Feng Shui.
I think my husband does, because he's becoming You know, so Nicholas would know how to speak it now. I mean, I think the family knows, right? But I think it depends on their local language. So, and there's no, I would say there's no right or wrong way to say it. It depends on how your local language talaga, how you speak it. I mean, I'm sure other people would say it differently.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, prepare your questions, but my first question for Marites is this. Siyempre, itong panahon, 2021, 2020 also, challenging year for a lot of us. Hindi natin ini-expect na by January, we are still on a lockdown and it's February now, lockdown pa rin yung UK. So maybe you can tell us, for 2021, ano ba yung aasahan natin na swerte?
Well, 2021 is actually a year of hope. I would say it's a year of hope simply because the vaccines are here. And I think here in the UK, for as long as I would say they have a lot of opportunities here compared to others. Because honestly, I had been, I left Manila, I think July or July. There, it was very, very parang, how do you call it? When you say lockdown, it's lockdown. But I would say here in London, when you say lockdown, it's a joke. Because honestly, I have to tell you this, when we arrived, I cannot remember a single day that my husband or my daughter or my son doesn't go out of the house. So for me, sabi ko nga, you know what, we did so well. It's been 10 months that we don't have any illness, but sabi ko, please, please, please be careful. But I think it's the freedom that is being offered here. I mean, I know it's kind of a bit irresponsible. I sometimes get very upset, but moving forward, it's really like sometimes it's all in our mind. It is what it is right now. It is COVID. There's the whole world is doing something to make sure that everybody get through this. But in the meantime, you have the aspect of like living life. So for me, what to look forward to, just keep continuing and just keep hoping for the best. And like what I said, the vaccination here in the UK is fine. I look forward at the beginning. We are a lot of people are very, how do you call it? Parang careful whether do you want to be vaccinated or not. But I think things are changing. So it's really like a choice between, do you want to be stuck at home or do you want to be vaccinated and have the freedom? So, if you ask my daughter, even then, I mean, mommy, it's better to have it now. So, it's over with. Way back in April, I said, for me, I don't want, because I think for me as well, I mean, I think Asia knows that, when you have a commitment with your work, I said, I signed contracts as early as December that I'm going to do all these guestings and I said, I cannot be sick. So I dare not be sick until I finish my commitment by February 27. After that, I'll be well. So looking forward for 2021, I would say it is definitely, I have a better hope compared to 2020.
Yes? You have questions, girls?
Well, that's good to know, isn't it? That
Good to know, yes.
we just had Chinese New Year, right? And looking forward to 2021. So Mare, with this Chinese New Year, what are we looking forward to, really? On top of, apart from the vaccine, and that's being rolled out in the UK. So what are the hopes that we can look forward to for the
Also,
20?
Yes.
Can I
Yes, ma'am.
follow up? Can I follow up on that? Because it's year of the metal ox. Tama po ba? Tama,
Yes.
right?
Yes, that's right.
Okay. So for somebody like me, born in the year of the tiger, will it be a good year for me? And you're born in the year of Asia and Crystal.
What year are you born?
So year of the tiger.
1983.
Year of the tiger.
Asia, what's your sign?
And Virgo. Well, no. Year of 1983. What's that? 1983.
Anong month ka?
Oh, wow. 83.
September.
Akala ko ano.
September.
Okay, I think basically it's like this. Yeah, when you talk about feng shui, there is going to be each animal signs has their own
Yeah.
lucky and unlucky opportunities. And I would always say this that even though the forecast is bad for a certain, animal sign, there are always ways and means to capitalize on the luck of the year. So just to run through for our listeners right now, what are the forecasts for each animal sign? So the rat is going to have a good luck for the year simply because they are the best friend of the ox. But then the rat born person has to be careful with their illness because the illness star is with the rat. Then we have the ox. The ox, this is your year. You waited for 12 years. So naturally, the energies can also be favored for you. The tiger, and in fact, the tiger has the so-called prosperity star. So this is in fact, Mare, for a person like you to really make sure that capitalize on the luck of the year. Because if you build something now, it could also multiply 9 times later. Okay, take note of that, 9 times. Rabbit, this is the luck for love, marriage, having a baby, starting a new education or career. This is good for you. The dragon and snake, I'd like to say be extra careful because you have the so-called misfortune star. Again, there are some amulets that you can use to suppress that bad luck. And then we have the horse. The horse is very victorious in 2021. The sheep, this is the enemy year, so be extra careful, do a lot of charity. Then the monkey is going to have a very good luck. The rooster has the wealth luck for the year. Then the dog and the boar, they have the so-called robbery star. So be careful with sort of like, losing money and everything. So in terms of business, anything to do with telecommunications to connect people from the other side of the world. In fact, this is exactly what we are doing right now. So anything to do with internet business, anything to do with health, well-being, the yogas, for example, are very, very good business to have. And anything to do with food in terms of delivering food. So what I'm trying to say is that there's all still a lot of business that one can capitalize this year. So what you have to do and prepare is really prepare for the future now. So right now, what we are doing is perfect. We are being connected to each other. We are still delivering the message, in fact,
Yes.
to the public. And anything to do with the internet business is really the key to, I mean, now the homes are becoming a home office. So you have to now start to begin to really re-strategize your business. I mean, personally for me, since March, I have never, tama ka, Asia, di ba? So even for me,
Bigyan ko yung mamaya.
yes, please. So storage, we need storage for our videos and everything.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
so
right.
Jay, our associate producer who's monitoring backstage, she said 1983 is year of the pig. So Asia is year of the pig.
The boar, yeah.
Yes.
Year the boar, yes. And then we need Asia. We need at least two of each of the gigabytes storage cloud
Oh yes, of
for
course.
video.
Yeah, I'll give it to you later. I promise.
And I'll
So
And
send you.
everyone, Miss Rose and Jay.
So Crystal, you're also tiger.
Yes.
So tiger kami.
You have the
Whatever we
prosperity
start,
star.
yeah. So whatever we start this year
It
will
could multiply
prosper.
9 times.
Woo!
Now you have to do it.
Wow.
You have to
Yes.
do it right. So I think doing something like, for example, knowing the lucky directions of your home. So making sure that you work in the northeast. If you want money, you work in the west part of your house. If you want victory, then you work in the south sector of your house. So for example, if you're asking me earlier, Maring Rose, how did I activate my fame luck in the UK? Like, I don't know why Daily Express, put my forecast up, the absolutely Mama in London, ITV. Honestly, I just activated the south corner of my home. So I just put my thousand birds, I put my Friga shawls and mantras. I just activated it.
Yan.
Yes, yes.
Kailangan ko yung show na yan. Parang napaka-magical. I need that magical show.
I'm telling you, that's why I came about of doing a Friga Fashion Fridays every Friday. O si Mari meron din. And then every Monday, I'm reviving my Fun and Fortune Feng Shui show because there's so many stories and really nice stories that my followers had, discovered and sharing to us.
Oo.
Miss
Just to
Marites,
clarify,
nag-feel mo ba yung vibration ng mga tao?
Yes, actually, because remember, ourselves alone, you know that, right? 70%
Yeah.
our body is comprised of water element. So sometimes, di ba, when somebody talks to you when they're so tired and sad and lonely and crying, you get so affected, right? Then if you're watching movie and the movie was like so like lively and happy, then you also was like laughing, right? Because it's actually a
Yeah.
so basically, I'm sure when you were like moving to a new house, you wanted to know the feeling of that energy, right? Like, oh, this is a nice
Yes.
house, but the other house you don't really feel good about it. So everything is about energy for us. So I think Mare and Asia and Crystal, just so for the benefit of the people watching us right now, I also and say this, that the five elements of feng shui is really comprising the whole of the universe. So the colors I'm wearing, white, gold, and silver, are metal element. Colors, the red that you're wearing, red, pink, and purple, are fire element. The colors green, the flowers here beside me, is a wood elements. Earth elements
Oh.
are crystals, gemstones, and then the water elements are color black, blue, and gray. My fireplace is color black.
Yeah.
So I think anything that surrounds us are comprising the five elements, which is feng shui. So it's very important to know about these things.
At saka alam
Yeah,
mo,
so
yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, dear. Go ahead, Chris.
uh,
Asia. Yeah.
no, yung ano lang kasi I'm quite curious with how different is how subtle or how big a difference is yung halimbawa fire snake or like metal snake. Do you get what I mean? So nagiging different siya every 12 years, right? And how different is it from in terms of luck differences? Ano ba mas swerte ba yung metal boar right now or something, metal
Yes,
ox
yes.
right now or
Yeah, that's a very good question. That's a very good question, Aisha, because I mean, luck is not permanent. Nothing is permanent in this world except change, right? Same thing with
yes,
energy.
yes,
Like
yes,
now in the morning you wake up, you had a good morning, and then in the afternoon, all of a sudden it changes. So
yeah,
same thing with the year. So this is the year of the metal ox, and then it depends on the set of elements that we see and we analyze, and therefore there could be some animal signs like what you're saying. Although they are both snake, but because the element could be fire snake, wood snake, metal snake, they can also be
yeah,
very different in terms of luck. It's going to be a
yeah,
bit complicated to the people watching us right now, but to
yeah.
basically giving you a generic forecast, you can actually check it out on my YouTube, Marites Allen, which I just started. And then for the longest time, for 11 years, I was too lazy to start. But they can get all their forecasts on Marites Allen fan page, and of
Okay.
course, on my free guide.
Okay.
just to be clear, Maring Marites, Feng Shui is not a religion,
It's
right?
feng shui is not a religion. It's not magic. It's never a superstition. It's a science. So, like what I said, whether one believes in feng shui or not, whether you are guided or not, I would say that feng shui is there for us. Again, like what I said, some people say I don't really believe in feng shui, but hey, even if you don't believe in feng shui, look at the colors that you're wearing. That's a fire element. Look at the communication that is supporting us to each other. It's fire element. The food that we cook the food with the fire elements. The metal element is the steel that we put in the house. The cell phones, the laptops are the knives and forks are metal element. The wood elements are the flowers, the trees, the grass are
Yeah,
wood element. The colors green are wood, and then the earth elements are the pebbles, the stones, the mountains. The earth element, this is where we build our homes as earth
yeah,
elements. The plates and the mugs are all made of earth elements. So what I'm
yeah.
trying to say is, whether you believe in feng shui or not, I'm sorry, my friend, your decisions, your emotions, your energies are surrounded by the five elements.
Yes.
Well done. Okay. You
Very
know,
well. Yeah, very well
can I
said.
just
It
share
becomes
with
feng
you?
shui 101, ah. It becomes like a feng shui 101.
Oh, but let me just share with you when Marites took us to a trip in Italy
Oo.
to visit Padre Pio. Marami akong although I know her, marami pa rin akong natutunan sa kanya in terms of applying feng shui in your life. At na-realize ko na maraming kinalaman yung Feng Shui sa practicalities and way of living. Kasi in that long trip, going to the airport in, what was that?
Yeah. It's like Bari Airport from Petrochino.
Bari Airport.
Yeah.
Sobrang layo, and we had a long trip, mga 2 hours yata. And
Yeah,
I
from the
picked
airport.
some of the things I learned from her. Yung very basic na ina-apply ko ngayon, she told me na, you know, yung before you throw away things, say a little bit of prayer or mag-thank you sa items and stuff like that, because that's an energy. Also, yung starting your day with a prayer or positivity,
Gratitude, yes.
you line up what you will do for the day. Kasi in this busy life of ours, we are so connected with our phones that the moment we wake up, we just do the phone and all, and we're forgetting about us, about ourselves, and trying to make a map of what you're gonna do during the day. Di ba, Mare?
Yes.
So parang have a clear mind of what you need to achieve within the day. I think it's important during the lockdown na parang one day at a time, kasi we don't know what the future holds, di ba? Although we're positive because there's the vaccine nga, as you said, pero mag-ingat pa rin, magdasal pa rin, and find out about your good Feng Shui. Mahaba pa yung diskusyon natin, but can I just, bago po mawala itong tanong na ito sa nanunood sa atin, ayan, may nanalo na ng isang mega cloud.
Mega voucher.
Yes.
Wow.
This is a question. Yes. This is for Joyce Takahashi. Taga saan kaya si Joyce? Parang Japanese yung name niya. Question po para kay Idol Miss Asia. What New Zealand culture you think is valuable to you to be a good person?
You see, New Zealanders are very big on be kind, be very kind to each other, which is a very, very, I mean, it's very basic, but the way that they really do it here, that's the first thing that they do. They try to reach out to make sure that you're comfortable, and they ask, are you okay? And I really like that. I really carry that around, and I totally agree on that. And also, they're very big on be humble, sit down. So they don't like it when you're, wearing all these Gucci and, all these designer stuff. Not a lot of, I think it's too much of a braggart for them. And sometimes it's funny because you go outside and then you just see people fishing with their, sometimes they look raggedy, but actually they're, multi-millionaires. They have a freaking yacht here or, a billionaire there, and they just don't care. And I really like that. I really, really like that. We need a lot more of that. And I remember, because, it's easy, for somebody na has been to so many cities, and you kind of gauge and you kind of know, you get to meet a lot of people. And there's some cities that you've been at or you've stayed at in which they look at you from head to toe, and they want to calculate how much you're wearing, and then they ask you, what do you do? How much do you how much is your salary? That doesn't fly here. They just don't care. They want to get to know you as you, and I really like that.
Okay.
There you
wow.
go.
Nice.
Yeah.
This is a private message to me by one of my friends na nanonood po sa, hindi ko na-identify kung nasaan siya. Gusto daw nilang makita. Can you please ask Asia to stand up and show us how beautiful her body is? Kasi sexy pa rin daw ba si Asia?
Oh my God! Tatatayo daw ba ako?
Yes. Sexy pa rin po siya. Look at herself.
Wait. I'm just I'm actually... Okay, I'm just gonna stand up a little bit because I'm gonna try to stand up. I'm wearing my outfit.
You don't want to be censored. Oh my gosh.
I'm sorry. It's too much.
Yeah.
I'm glad my husband is not watching this, you know.
Okay. So ayan, nakita mo na, my friend. I will not mention your name. Ayan, napag-bikini siya. Sexy pa rin. Nakita mo naman ang waist
Yeah.
niya.
Ay,
Yeah.
O,
hindi ako
diba?
makatayo. Sorry.
Oo.
What do you do? Do you have like a specific exercise regimen, diet, Asia?
Oh, yeah, that's the thing, I don't like diets na sobrang strict. But what I do, because I'm a sweet tooth. I love chocolate. I love chocolate. I love chocolate so much that I can do chocolate high or sugar high in just 15 minutes. I can get there just that fast. But what I really, really do though is I run a lot. So sometimes I run 4 kilometers, 8 kilometers, 12.
Wow.
Especially if you've kind of eaten so much already, and you go, oh, I need to do a deficit now, and then that's when you try to lose as much as you can by running. That's why I love running. There you go.
Oh,
Wow.
My goodness.
oh wow.
Are you gonna have another baby? I have a question. Are you gonna have another baby after your boy, or no more na?
Hindi, no more na. Isa lang. Yeah, so. And he's quite happy with that. Sabi niya naman kasi, kung gusto ko raw magkaroon ng anak, kinakailangan magkaroon siya ng kuya.
So,
Parang
it's not possible. But what about your husband, Asia? Doesn't he want to have another child?
Honestly, alam mo, yung, di ba tayo, mga babae, may mafe-feel natin yung parang gusto ko ng may body clock tayo. Actually, men also have that. Subconsciously, I could kind of see that with him. He goes like, it would be nice to have one more. And I go like, They probably don't feel it because they don't really have that body clock within them. But there is this subliminal thing that, I need to create some more. They also have that.
Okay.
So, pero
There's
hindi na, ayoko na.
Okay. There's another
Yeah.
question from our friend, si Kath Vandertol, na kasama natin last week. And I met Kath in Amsterdam because of Asia. What do you miss
Yes.
from Amsterdam? Ano daw ang namimiss mo sa Amsterdam?
Siyempre ikaw, Catherine. No! No, you know what I miss about Amsterdam? It's a whole lot of things. Like, one would be the safest bicycling area. The cyclists there are really the king, Ang ganda-ganda ng napaka-safe mag-bicycle dyan. Dito naman kasi, that's the thing. Kasi yung trend dito, nagiging, we need to cycle, sa Auckland most especially. But I think they're on their way on making the cycling area better. Especially, kasi ang New Zealand very concerned sila sa environment. They're, and yeah, just keeping, napansin ko rin dito na parang they really love their own products. And that's a good thing, especially now na COVID na, diba? Parang, we kind of have to really support each other in the community or in the country, for example, and everything. So I think that's a good thing na parang they're very big on that, and I totally agree on that. Yun lang yung namimiss ko sa Amsterdam. What else? Oh my God, the accessibility of all the trance music, because I love trance music and house music sa Amsterdam. Ayun, yun lang.
What about the canal? The
Yes.
Amsterdam Canal, don't you miss it?
Canal.
Oh yes. If it's during the summer, and you gotta have a great big coat for that. So
Yes.
yeah, because I did a lot of parties in the canals before. Kasama ko yung mga friends ko. We just go around one afternoon and everything. I don't know if you could do that anymore in Amsterdam.
Ako naman what I miss in Amsterdam, even if you're not asking me, Kat, it's so small. Because I lived in Amsterdam when I studied at the University of Amsterdam. Ang liit niya, so parang relax lang lahat. You don't have to be rushing. So unlike London na ang busy rat race, Amsterdam, just perfect for biking, for walking, and then Wala lang, relax lang yung mga tao. That's, yun ang nakakamiss. But we have that na in Kent. So, ito na, pagbigyan po natin ang ating nag-iisang J Monteliban MacLeod. Can I ask a question to get free mega storage? Of course, Jay, you don't need to ask question. We will give it to you, my dear.
Nandiyan na.
Okay. Baka naman tanungin na rin natin yung niya. For both Asia and Marites, before we go on a break, what advice can you give to the single people out there who are still looking for love but are struggling, especially because of COVID restrictions? So,
Tinder. Tinder grinder.
Yeah, that's what people do, right? That's what people do.
Yes.
Yeah.
okay.
Yes.
So,
I have to really
sure.
advise you that.
I don't know how it looks, and I may have to check it out later. But I mean, honestly, I've seen one artista who recommended the same thing. But I think it's really quite tough. I mean, I would say it's tough. Perhaps maybe thanks to Facebook, you can reconnect with your old friends. Try to also initiate. I think for me, you do not wait, especially if you're the one looking. Then initiate something, and then in terms of feng shui, what I can advise is activate the southwest of your home. You can put like peony flowers, you can put a pair of a mandarin ducks, you can put a photo together with your prospect, kung sino man yung guy na gusto mo. So that's how we call it in feng shui, is activation of the southwest corner of your homes. And it's Valentine's, it's about love. So if you ask me how I activate my married life for so long, even though we travel a lot like crazy, is I make sure that the southwest and northwest of our homes are always intact and activated with those feng shui symbols. And we've been married and together for the last 22 years.
Wow.
And
Congratulations.
thank you. So I think feng shui plus, I would say, is the trust. So trust your feeling. So if you're looking for someone right now, remember nung unang panahon, I'm not sure, Mare, when di ba pag meron tayong paboritong artista, or like, I remember in my time, I had like Tom Cruise, Charlie Sheen, na mga poster. I don't know, my high school life. And I would put it in my room, as a decoration. So if you want to invite men into your life, put these photos in the southwest. Located yes. Pero hindi ka na pwede maring Crystal kasi may asawa ka na.
you just put the picture of Chris.
People out there, of course.
Okay.
Yes, that's right.
We have one to be given away to Jay, of course. And the one who asked questions, si Joyce Takahashi. And our friend in Amsterdam, si Miss Kath Vandertol.
Kathy, yes, that's right.
Hindi pa po nagtatapos ang ating discussion, ang kwentuhan natin ngayong Valentine's Day. Mayroon pa tayong isang segment, Immigration 101, related to love, pag-ibig. And I posted this on my Facebook. What do we have in common? Me, Marites, Asia, and Crystal. We will answer you sa pagbabalik po ng One You Connect.